British Magic Time, Patriot Games Leeds. I've got Steve Hurrell here in the booth.
Hello, up.
Not James Clark. Steve, you were in the box for the Swiss rounds. Thanks very much for giving up your time to comment.
No problem.
On these
I've enjoyed
matches.
every second of it. It's been really good.
I'm glad you have. Was there anything in particular I missed out on the Swiss that you want to highlight?
There were some really interesting games. One of the best games I saw was Sam Rolfe. He was playing against Jund. I think he was down to 3 cards in hand. At the end of his opponent's turn, his opponent had 1 card in hand. It was an Abrupt Decay. He played a Deceiver Exarch. I think he just tapped one of his opponent's lands. Anyway, he untapped. He was literally dead on board. And then he had a twin in hand, so he played the twin on the Deceiver Exarch. Now, normally you would just annihilate the Deceiver Exarch before the twin resolves. But his opponent decided, okay, I'll let you resolve that. So I was like, okay, I'll tap my Deceiver Exarch to get the trigger. In response, the opponent went to Abrupt Decay, and the last card that he drew that turn off the top of his deck was Pestamite. So in response to the Abrupt Decay, he dropped the Pestamite, untapped the Deceiver Exarch, and won the game. And that won him 2-0. And as I say, he made the top 8 in the end. Yeah. So it was such close games.
Okay, that's interesting because we picked that because we hadn't seen any Twinned or Jund, and they were anticipated to be two big contenders for our metagame field. We certainly saw a lot of Jund today.
9 copies of Jund, on the last count. Yeah.
And how many Twins? Maybe
I think it was 5. 5 copies of Twins in its different variants.
If you count Tamo and Grixis.
Yeah, and there was also a copy of Blue White Red Kiki Twin. So it had 3 copies of Twin and 2 Kiki-Jikis with the Restoration Angel.
My goodness, yeah. Popular choice for sort of a control mechanism.
We had some really strange decks. We had a 5-colour Daughter Nothing. We had a black-blue Fairies. We had mono-red Goblins. The field was so open. There was so many different types of decks that people were playing.
Were there quite a lot of rogue decks? I
did many one-offs.
Yeah, analysis at the beginning, and I had to read that Daughter Nothing deck list 3 times to work out. Oh my God, what's going on?
What is going on? Yeah,
a lot of creativity and room for trying out loads of different things in this format.
It just shows how the format is at the moment, though. It is really open. A lot of people think it's just Twin and Jund, but I think we've proved that it's not just those 2 decks.
Well, I'd anticipated Robots as being one of the sort of the big decks now. It's made a name for itself at, more recently World Championships. Quite a few of the pros chose to play that, and then at Grand Prix circuit it's always there in its numbers. Slightly underrepresented today. We only had 3 out of our, how many players do we have?
58, I think.
58 players. So only 3 chose to battle with it. It did win. It did prove itself in the end. But yeah, I was a little surprised to see that. But
yeah, I was surprised to see there was only 3 copies as well. I would have expected a few more. But I guess people have just sort of... I mean, it's one of those decks that's been around for quite a while. So maybe people have moved on, onto other decks and things like that. But it's still a fantastic deck.
Yeah, force to be reckoned with indeed. Is there anything else you want to report on the top 8 matches we didn't manage to cover in our top 8 coverage? Because obviously we're limited to sort of 1 quarter-final, sort of 1 match.
The only other match that I sat down and had the pleasure of watching was the previous match that James was in, which was Affinity versus Big Zoo. I watched over that game, and it all boiled down to a collected company that Thomas Leadbeater played, and he literally hit a Wild Nakatel off it, and so he really needed to hit something big. And,
so if he'd have hit 2 Pride Mages?
Yeah, if he'd have hit 1 Pride Mage and a Nakatel, or if he'd have hit a Tarmogoyf or a Knight of the Reliquary, he just hit a Wild Nakatel. So it was really close, James getting into the final, actually.
No worries. So that was a game 3 that could have potentially been decided.
That was a game 3.
Right. Okay. Well, we've certainly had a great time here, and I hope you guys at home have enjoyed the show. We're here with British Magic Time, who's provided the coverage here for the event held at Patriot Games Leeds. We do have a Patreon, so if you guys wish to contribute, make a donation so we continue to provide more coverage.
Because we're working for free. We're working for free. Yeah. That's all we got.
Go to Patreon.
For the love of Magic the Gathering, that's what we do
Not
it.
to mention the tech expenses.
Yeah, and he's shouting the tech expenses. Okay,
But the important place is go to patreon.com/British Magic Time if you wish to do that. So from on behalf of everyone on the coverage team, the judge staff, the players, we hope you've enjoyed the show here. We've had a great time. Have a good evening.